Welcome to Ghetto Gossip, where all the gossip goes down right here. We're back with a new season, season 5, and I knew I was away. You all missed me, so I'm back. Today's topic, we're dealing with the government shutdown, also the citywide prayer that's being held tomorrow from noon to 1 p.m. You all know the rules of Comcast. If you want to call in and ask a question, you can call 804-915-5202. If you don't like what you're about to watch and if you don't like what you're about to hear, Comcast has over 400 channels. You can turn the channel. So we'll be back and we will be talking to Miss Councilwoman now, Michelle Mosby, and we're going to ask a couple of questions as far as the shutdown, your WIC, your food stamps, any questions that you may have and your concerns about what's going on in the city. Also worldwide, you can give us a call at 804-915-5202. And we'll be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back to Ghetto Gossip. My guest here today is Councilwoman Michelle Mosby. And we have a lot to discuss. But first, we're going to talk about the government shutdown because I know a lot of you guys are wondering, where's my food stamps? Well, she's going to tell you what's going on with your food stamps. Okay, as far as the whole food stamps thing, I got an inbox. They cut my WIC off. They cut my food stamps off. Okay, the food stamps, the people that get their food stamps on the 1st, they were fine.
Yes.
The people that got theirs on the 4th, they were probably fine too, which was today.
Because of a pending.
Pending.
Was there.
Okay. Now, what about the 7th, the 9th, and 11th?
I doubt if they're going to get them.
Okay.
I doubt.
If you out there and you get your food stamps the 7th, 9th, and 11th, and you ain't trying to hear that, call me at 804-915-5202. That's 804-915-5202. Okay, now, the WIC shut down as well. Okay, so who's going to fund the veterans now?
No one. And there's a Republican in the House that stated all of those questions. If we shut the government down, who's going to fund the veteran hospital? Who's going to fund the veteran who doesn't have a leg? Who's going to fund the FBI who are working on a counterterrorism case like the police yesterday was working, not getting paid when the lady tried to
run into the Capitol?
Yes, they're not getting paid, those men. And who's going to fund the cancer research? All of this stuff is cut down because these are government funded things.
So the people that actually cut them down is actually the people that don't need the funding.
Exactly. Exactly. However, these are the people that we allowed to get in these
in the office.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, it's up to us to vote.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So now we have an election that's coming up in November.
Yes.
And we need to find out who's voting.
You need to be getting to those
our way.
Yes. You need to be looking at some things and understanding that there's one, Cuccinelli, that is not for these things. He's not for Obamacare.
Right.
He's not for Planned Parenthood. He's not for any of the things that you and I perhaps may need.
Okay, we're going to take this call. Ghetto Gossip.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a veteran and I receive food stamps. And I just can't believe this stuff that the Republican Party's doing. It's just, what are we supposed to do? I received mine on the 9th, and evidently I'm not going to receive them this month.
I'm gonna let
any suggestions?
I'm gonna let Miss Mosby answer your question.
Sir, first of all I can do is apologize that this is happening. You have a group of people in office that at this point have decided that what you need is not the most important thing. And so we have got to begin to understand the importance of voting for the people that have our best interest at their forefront. We have got to get people to go to the polls. We do. We have been lackadaisy. We've been letting people make the decisions for us. And at the end of the day, they're making the decisions for us, and then they're taking away the things that we all need.
Yes, ma'am. I agree with you. It's horrible. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for calling. Okay, then you have new moms that can't afford milk. We're dealing with the WIC. Milk is high.
I agree.
So if you don't get the food stamps, that means you can't buy a can of milk. So now you got the WIC that's totally shut down. Now, how your baby going to eat?
Once again, the problem comes in that we are not
voting. It goes back to voting.
It all goes back to voting. It really does.
Ghetto Gossip.
Yeah, what up? I just conversation, starting my career and stuff, and doing my little painting stuff, and I'm trying to support myself and get my number out so I can, make things better in my life. And I really appreciate y'all, show me respect and see how my work is and stuff and all that. So, if y'all man into it, just know. But I have a number, so, you go from there.
All right, thank you for calling. Okay, we're talking about the government shutdown, no food stamps, no WIC. That's what we are discussing right now or at this moment. Okay, also, in November, okay, Ken Cuccinelli, he's not with Obamacare.
No.
Okay, so now I'm hearing that if you, by a certain time, you have to have insurance or you'll be penalized.
No.
Okay, so
there is no, if you decide that you do not want insurance, you're not penalized for not wanting insurance. The object of this is for those that do.
Well, okay. Ghetto Gossip.
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
Is there a change in the food stamp insurance?
Well, we talked about that a few minutes ago. Pending on the 7th, the 9th, and 11th, I think they'd be kind of like in trouble. Because the 1st and the 4th, you have on your card, you can actually dial a number and it'll tell you it's pending days before you actually can receive them, just like a bank deposit where you can say, I see a pending transaction. So before they shut the government down, it already was a pending transaction for the 1st and the 4th. Now the 7th, the 9th, and 11th, their pending transaction goes out like on the 4th. But the government is shut down, so it might be a problem.
Okay.
So that's when you need to get your friends and everybody like pile up in the carpool and go to the polls and vote. Because we got an election coming in November and, you got a lot of people that you don't want to be in office, and we're going to be in this predicament again talking about the same thing. Because I had the same discussion last year when they were threatening to do the shutdown.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for calling.
All right. Thank you.
So what do you think about that part?
I think that we have got to become more knowledgeable. I think that we haven't taken in the fact that people died for us to vote.
Exactly. Ghetto Gossip.
Yes. Yes, I want to ask a question about what about if you're voting and your vote is not being affected, and what about in the community where the people are not much educated in their voting right and the decisions that are being made that affects them with the shutdown?
Well, I know a lot of people that has been pushing the issue. When we had to vote again last year, they was pushing the issue. If you needed rides, they was taking you for free. They were walking through the community. They were doing all types of things to help out. But if a person is not willing to do it, it's not a whole lot that a person can do. But at the end of the day, it affects us the most.
But what about if you're willing but not educated? A lot of educated people just like the Republican, in a sense, educated Democrats that are not educating the people to know their rights in voting and what they are voting for. The willingness of giving you a ride is just a ride, but being educated on the reason for your ride and enforcing your education to know what you're voting for and what it's going to be in the long haul, what your vote is all about. The shutdown does affect the lower income people, that sometimes you have go out and vote and your vote is not effective, so that takes away from you even being inspired to even vote again.
Right, but if everybody thought like that and didn't vote, we'll never win. So that's just like with the Obama vote. This was like the first time that so many black people went out to vote because a black man was running for president. Maybe if we did that a long time ago, our results would be different.
When you look at the results on an off election year, our people don't vote
At all.
When it comes to governor, when it comes to Senate and all of those things, our people don't vote. And we can see at this point how the president is being fought by the Congress and the Republicans, but we didn't vote for the Democrat to be in there so that he wouldn't have this type of a fight. So it's not that your vote is ineffective, it's just that there is not enough of the vote. And so we've got to begin. I'm here because I want to educate our people. I'm on Facebook trying to help our people understand what a governor does. A governor is the person that can help this state give rights back to ex-offenders. The attorney general is somebody that will run for the governor. So we have to begin to vote for the attorney general, figure out understand what he's all about, and choose the one that's going to help us what our issues are. So I'm on Facebook, I'm on social network, I'm on this Ghetto Gossip with Crystal, trying to educate our people so that we don't miss the next election. We've got to get out there and make sure that Cuccinelli does not get in there, and then we have another issue in the state of Virginia. Because your governor is direct for you. He is Virginia. So we can't allow that. So that's why I'm here to help educate. That's why I'm on Facebook trying to help educate, because I was once like the people that wasn't educated. I didn't always get it. I always voted, but I didn't always get it. And so I understand us not understanding. So I put it out there so we can understand what these people do, how important they are to our world. They're not foreign. It's designed specifically for us. And the thing that I tried to convey to people was, the moment that you get in trouble, they take your right to vote. Why would you think they do that? Because it's important. You don't take something from a child that's not important to the child when you punish them. You try to take something that will make them not do that thing again. Well, that's why they take our vote from us. Because if we get out and vote, then we have Obamas as presidents. So we've got to begin to understand how important it is for us to vote, that people died for us to vote. And so we've got to get back into the know-how to know our voices matter. They're trying their best to take our voice. And we're allowing it. We're getting in despair. We're feeling like it doesn't matter. It does matter. They want you to feel that way. And you can't allow it. You tell everybody you know, you got to vote.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for calling. It's better than I thought. Everybody wants to be educated, and a lot of times, like you said, we start off with, after the president vote and we got who we want in office for the president, we stop.
Yes.
We don't vote for councilwoman as yourself, the council person, governor, attorney generals, mayors, like sheriff. We don't do it.
No.
Because we feel like that's not important. Like, well, it don't have nothing to do with me, so why should I vote?
Right, but it does.
Exactly.